What is up, everybody? It's Isaac of the Dead back with another video. So, before I start this, I gotta give a huge shout out to my buddy Reed, because I went to go see the new Captain Black Falcon African America, Brave New Boar, and I wouldn't have seen this movie otherwise. And he came with me. He decided to come with me so I can make a review. So, I got to give a big shout out to my guy Reed. So, thank you, Reed. That means a lot. I wouldn't have seen this piece of shit otherwise. So, speaking on that, this is my spoiler free review, sort of a how I could address this movie without going into spoilers. Um, we'll start off by saying that just full disclosure, if you were going into this movie thinking you were going to get a lot of Red Hulk, don't get your hopes up. They marketed this movie off of Red Hulk, but the trailers and commercials pretty much show you his entire what you see in the commercials and the trailers is the amount of time he is in the movie, right? If you piece together all the scenes that you see him in, that is about the amount of time he's in the movie. So don't get your hopes up for Red Hulk, all right? That's just, non spoiler. That's what that is. Um, movie's about hour and a half, 2 hours long. This thing had a incredibly large budget. Yes, they cut Seth Rollins out of it. We'll get into that more in the spoilers. Um, I'm not doing spoilers in this video. I might do a live stream later to address the spoilers, do a little bit of spoiler talk. But this thing had a massive budget. It probably needs to reach like north of $900 million to $1 billion to break even, because word on the street is they had this movie finished after the strikes. Because of the strikes, supposedly, they had to reshoot the entire movie. So this is a movie that has leftover pieces of an unfinished Captain America sequel from like 10 years ago, pieces of a Hulk sequel that just never made it to production, and then an entirely like rearranged plot from when the strikes happened, from whenever so there's like three different movies being all mashed together into this. Now, granted, without going into spoilers, I have to keep iterating that so that I don't give anything away. Uh, this movie is easily in my top five post Endgame films, not including the Disney Plus shows, because pretty much all of those are garbage, with the exception of X-Men '97 and maybe WandaVision, maybe. Um, but you asked my top five post Endgame films. It's No Way Home at number one. Deadpool and Wolverine at number two, just because it's fun, but not because it's well written. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and the only reason it's not higher than Deadpool and Wolverine is because it's depressing as fuck. Um, and then Shang-Chi, because it's like the most mid shit ever. And then Captain America Brave New World. It's like on the level of Shang-Chi. It's like boring. Like there's a lot that doesn't happen. The character motivations don't make sense. Myself and Reed were in the theater poking holes in the plot the entire time. Like nothing makes sense in this movie. And you can tell that they cut this thing up and put it back together like Frankenstein's monster, because you can tell they wanted to do a movie version of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but they knew that the audience would hate that and that this movie would flop. So they tried to pad it and cushion it with all the safest sort of uh like decisions to like they cut out a lot of white people bad shit, okay? That they cut out all the race baity shit so they could make a proper movie to be addressed to a wider audience. So that with that in mind, they left out a lot on the cutting room floor, including a plot. So the secret reveals are not very exciting. They don't surprise you that much. Unless you're somebody who's easily surprised, like a shill that's like, "Oh, way to go, Disney, you did a good job." So apparently the critics didn't give this movie a good review either, and they're the ones getting paid to give good reviews. So yeah, Uh, it's far better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier, in my opinion. It's still a colossal mess. Reed even leans over to me and he's like, "Dude, who wrote this thing?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Until we saw the end credits, six people wrote this movie. So you're telling me that six grown adults had to put their noggins together to come up with that? Okay, cool. So it might be in my top five post Endgame MCU movies, but that doesn't mean it's good, right? It's not good. In fact, I would just say if you don't want to waste your time with this movie, go ahead and skip this one. It's inconsequential. You can watch it on Disney Plus. You can pirate it. It's like whatever. It's not going to change your outlook on the MCU. The shit's dead. The shit's dead. So basically, even the post credit scene, we stuck around for the post credit scene. It was nothing burger, nothing happens. Sure, I'm not going to spoil the end credit scene. I'll wait to the spoilers. But it was so disappointing. It made me want to do bad things to myself. So, but like I said, it's inoffensive. It's toothless. It hardly has a story to latch onto. It's kind of like the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance, if you ask me. People are going to interpret it all sorts of different ways. Oh, it's progressive and woke because of this. Oh, it's woke trash because of this. Oh, and people are going to go all out of proportion to try and make this movie seem like it's deeper than it actually is. When in reality, it's Chat GBT AI script movie that Marvel made. It's standard now that Marvel has basically gone to B level movie. They used to be summer blockbuster mainstay, right? Now they're less than B plus movie, guilty pleasure that people will use as sport. They people roast this thing for sport now, you know. I mean shit. I would you would convince me that half the people that were in the theater with us were YouTubers trying to make reviews like I am. So yeah, don't get your hopes up. If you're looking for a good time, this ain't it. Go watch something else or just spend your time differently. But yeah, I will go into a spoiler talk in a live stream and we'll break down all the nitty gritty. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So thank you all for watching. This has been Isaac of the Dead. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I almost said don't smoke crack there, but don't do that either.